Hey guys, what's up? First thing I want to say is my condolences go out to the parents of Trayvon Martin, Sabrina Fulton, and Tracy Martin. I have never lost a child of my own, but I can only imagine that this is the most devastating experience you have ever gone through in your entire lives. And once again, my condolences are with you. May God bless you and your family. Secondly, this is an open forum on my channel, but I do want to say, please, in the comment section, which I will keep open, I really want people to be able to discuss this situation with some class, with some dignity. Please do not be disrespectful to people. Please do not call each other, necessarily out their name or anything like that. I just want us to be able to have a serious, open discussion. We can all state our opinions and how we feel, but please just let's keep it classy, okay? So with that being said, I want to talk about this case, and I didn't want to talk about this situation, this case, until it was entirely over. I didn't want to come through talking about it during the trial because, with trials, who knows what can happen. They can all take a turn for the worse or the better. So I didn't want to really bring my thoughts about it until it was complete, until we got a verdict as far as George Zimmerman is concerned. Now, my personal feeling, this is how I feel. I feel it was an injustice. I feel it was wrong that he was not convicted on at least manslaughter. I understand the whole legality of the second-degree murder, but the manslaughter charge, I do believe he was guilty of. And the fact that he did not need to follow that boy. And people are saying that, oh, well, this is not a boy, this was a thug. And regardless of what he was, regardless of what anyone thought he was or what his demeanor may have been at the time, the facts remain. Trayvon Martin was not committing a crime at the time. He was just going to get himself some candy and something to drink. I mean, these are the facts. He wasn't committing a crime. And what happened was that George Zimmerman chose to get out of his car. He chose to follow and pursue, which is pretty much not what quote-unquote neighborhood watch is supposed to do. Neighborhood watch is supposed to watch and call, observe and call. They're not supposed to, watch and then pursue this individual. And I don't know about anyone else. You guys may want to discuss that, but where I come from, I don't think that neighborhood watch was supposed to carry guns. I don't think that was something that it was okay with people, in the neighborhood watch communities, that they were allowed to carry, concealed weapons. Now, true enough, he had the right, to be able to carry his concealed weapon, but I really don't think that if you're going out looking, following someone, that you should have a weapon on you. I really don't think. I mean, I feel as though that he did intentionally wanted to go out and do something, because he continuously said that too many of these, punks or whatever, they're getting away. They always get away. And he didn't want this particular person, who he referred to, as someone who was definitely, not doing anything wrong, but he referred to them as a punk. And he didn't want them to get away. So I feel that if he would have never got out of his car that night, if he would have never even left his home that night, that Trayvon Martin would still be alive. I mean, I feel as though that's the whole meat of this case. You know, it just really upsets me. Like, I know it upsets so many different people because it's crazy. It's crazy how the law in Florida, whoa, man, Florida. All I can say is I am so glad. I'm so glad as an African American woman. I'm so glad that I do not live in Florida. I'm just saying. I'm just glad because it just seems like that the laws there, they're not really for us, meaning African American people. For some reason, it seems like it just doesn't work. They don't work in our favor. And a lot of people, I don't believe that justice was served. I just don't. I believe that this man actually got to walk free. And it is just such an injustice. I've never seen anything. I mean, it's just like people just get off, where it's clear that this man took someone's life. He did. And if Trayvon Martin actually was slamming his head into the concrete, over 25 times, like he said, like Zimmerman said, I don't believe that Zimmerman would actually be in that courtroom. I believe Zimmerman would either be, 1, in a coma, or 2, he would be dead if Trayvon Martin actually slammed his head into the concrete 25 times. And this jury, oh my gosh. The jury. 5 white women and 1 Hispanic woman. And 5 of them being mothers. And I know that you don't want to, as a juror, you don't necessarily want to put your emotions on the table and make your decisions because of your emotions, but make your decisions based on the evidence that's presented, which is why I understand why they did not convict him of second-degree murder. What I don't understand is why they did not convict him of manslaughter. What he chose to do caused Trayvon Martin's death. That is the bottom line. I don't understand. I just don't understand what was going through these jurors' heads. I just don't understand it. I've been seeing, I've seen pictures posted all on my Facebook about the young woman that was who she was defending herself against her abusive husband, and she shot 2 shots in the air, and she's doing 20 years because she used the stand your ground law as well in Florida. Yet she's doing 20 years. She happens to be African American. Now I don't know if people would say, well, is it because she was African American that she ended up getting 20 years and George Zimmerman is not African American? From what I've seen, I thought he was Hispanic. I thought he was Hispanic and white, or whatever the case may be. But there's a lot of Hispanic people that don't even want to claim this man. Like, they don't even really want to claim him as being Hispanic. He ain't Hispanic. This man does not, the Hispanic heritage does not want to claim this man. Why? Because what he did was blatantly wrong. And personally, I believe, he will be judged. He will be judged by the judge of the Most High. I believe that. That's what I believe. And I personally, his life will never be the same. His life will never, ever, ever be the same. So, me personally, I'm content with that. I'm content with the fact that George Zimmerman's life will never, ever be the same. He will always be looking over his shoulders. He will always be wondering in the back of his mind, and I know this for a fact. I know this for a fact. In the back of his mind, it will always be, is that person over there, are they going to, do something to me because I did something to Trayvon? Or is that person over there, are they going to try to beat me up because I did something to Trayvon? He's never going to sleep easy. Never going to sleep easy. And, I'm content with that issue right there. That his life will never be the same. But at the same time, I felt as though that he should be feeling like that in prison. So, you guys can chime in the box below. And like I said before, please keep it decent. Please keep it classy. And just please, let's just have a discussion without going off the charts and getting out of, all that craziness. Alright guys, till my next vid. Peace.